Welcome to story 4 in our Little Animal Fables series. The title of this story is The Tortoise and the Hare. P.S. This isn't your normal fairy tale, you'll see in a bit. Once upon a time, at the top of a hill lived a tortoise. However, this was a really big hill with a really big oak tree at the top, and unfortunately the tortoise had to put up with his very annoying next-door neighbour, a hare. Now this hare was a very scatterbrained hare, which was why the tortoise didn't like him. He did everything wrong, and he did everything in such giant rush. One evening, the tortoise asked the hare if he could take the rubbish down to the spot by the river where the goat came by and collected it by eating it every day. The hare did not want to. "Oh, I don't want to. You take it, you take it, you take it." "But," said the tortoise, "it is in both of our interests that you take it, because I am too slow. If you take it, you will have the bin back earlier, which means you will have somewhere to put your rubbish," continued the tortoise in his terrifyingly slow voice. Well, let's have a race. The first one to run to the river doesn't have to take the rubbish out." "Can you give me a week to train?" said the tortoise. "You're going to actually train? You actually go, 'Oh, we're sprinting, training tortoise. I must go and tell all of my forest friends about this.'" And the hare dashed away, leaving the tortoise to slowly plod his way back to his burrow and think about how on earth he was going to win that race. The tortoise shut himself inside his burrow for an entire week. He almost forgot to eat. He thought and thought and thought and thought until he finally hit upon an idea that might just work. He just had to make sure that the hare somehow gave him maybe a second of a head start. The day of the race dawned. The hare had been true to his word for once and brought along the entire animal population of the forest to watch as the tortoise and the hare battled for the right to not take out the rubbish bin. The tortoise slowly plodded his way up to the top of the hill where the starting line was drawn. "Can you give me a 1-second head start?" The hare was so sure of his imminent victory and lull in the duties of taking out trash, decided that today he would humour the tortoise and give him a head start. What good would it do him anyway? He had to plod all the way down there. "Oh, all right, of course. The race is going to start. I'm going to win, Godfrey's." And the hare went on saying gibberish about how he would win, assuredly. The tortoise got ready, and using all of the energy in his tiny little body, flipped himself in the air and slid down the hill in the direction of the river. The hare was too stunned to catch up. He watched the tortoise for a second. Whatever was going on? He was skiing on his shell. He was using the dew in the long grass to make him go even faster. How had this happened? The tortoise obviously won. He righted himself, and he spoke to the surrounding animals who had gathered to watch the finish of the race, as the hare ran the last 5 meters or so. "Slow and steady does not always win the race," he cautioned them. "You should always use physics to find a better method." The end.